Spacey Sims, and we are back with more Hakuoki Kyoto wins. And can I just say, like, I'm glad I was looking at my thing. I took a break after the last part to go grab something to eat because I was, like, hungry. And I unplugged my computer from a thing because I needed to use it to do stuff. And then, like, plug it back in, I go to record. Thank God I looked, because all of a sudden it's not recording commentary. Hello? What the fuck? Anyway, so we are back, and we're just chasing after Ryoma. Don't leave me, Ryoma. Sorry. Anyway. Sakamoto! I called out to him while his back was facing me, and he slowly turned to face me. Oh, that's right, huh? You said you wanted to talk to me, right? What is it? Huh? Oh, Hey, Kondo, would it be okay for me to get some alone time with her? Kondo contemplated his request for a second, with the captains watching behind him. Fine. Thanks for coming out today. After he nodded, Kondo returned to the common room alongside the rest of the captains. First thing I said to Sakamoto was, I'm sorry? Yeah. You're mad, aren't you? Yeah, I'm sorry. No, but I'm sorry. I'm really sorry, Sakamoto, for everything that just happened. Don't worry about it. Water under the bridge. He is fine as fuck. I'm used to things like this. What kind of life does he live where this kind of thing is normal? Even still, I'm really sorry about today. I should have never agreed to write that letter. I bowed. Suddenly he pressed against me. Then, Ah, he's the one that pushes up against the wall. Thank you. I needed this in my life. We're a little too young and derpy-eyed, but it's like, but look at his face, though. Like, okay, this is all sorts of gorgeous, and this is a derp. Gorgeous derp. What the fuck? Seriously? If every derp can get a gorgeous-ass fucking man, where the hell are mine? Like, Jesus. I'm not that much of a derp. I'm not as much of a derp as her. Maybe that's my problem. I'm not derpy enough. I don't know, but oh my god. Like, she actually doesn't look that bad in this. Like, sometimes she looks stupid. This one's not that bad, and her giant eyes are a bit much, but it's okay. Like, I can actually... They're huge, but they don't bother me as much. She actually looks decent in this, but like, this... Fuck my life! What is that face? And those eyes? He's gonna eat her. Like, he's gonna devour her. That's what he looks like. He looks like a predator. Where's Chris Hansen? Catch a predator. No need to apologize. Ichikata's instincts weren't too far off. I am an enemy of the Shinsengumi. What? My heart jumped. Was he doing this because he was afraid some warrior was nearby and eavesdropping on our conversation? When he whispered in my ear, I felt a tense chill crawl down my neck. Even if he was kind, I thought you were allies with the Shogunate. Sakamoto. I tried playing it cool as opposed to being freaked out by how close he was to me. Now, I just want to grab him right now. Put your hands all over his chest. What? Inappropriate touching, but he's pushed us up against the wall. He's just leaning us against the wall, but wow. This is actually the CG that is the header for his section in the guide that I'm using. So I kind of saw this one coming a while, but I didn't expect it right now, but I'm okay with this. Anyway. Well, during times like this, enemies and allies are so hard to distinguish. Things that come out of the mouths of men are seldom the truth. Once you reveal your true self, you risk everything by putting it out there. When listening to Sakamoto speak, one could sense that he had overcome many obstacles in his life. I know I'm changing his voice every single time he talks. I just can't help it. Ones the Shinsengumi probably couldn't fathom. So, if you want to keep the relationship between you and the Shinsengumi healthy, you shouldn't be pitying me. I'm sure an honest woman like yourself would never trick someone like me. After saying this, he inched backwards. I sighed with relief. Oh god, I sighed with frustration. No, don't leave me! However, I was overcome by this strange sensation that felt insatiable. A keen sense of yearning. See? Because these are written after the fact, right? After the game is split up. That, for fuck's sake, you get to these paths and he's leading and you're a sense of yearning. And it's all the other men, she's oh, well, I kind of love them and blah, blah, blah. Now she's take me now. See, she's frustrated is what it is. She's I've been living with all these men and not a single one of them has touched me. For fuck's sake, take me with you. No, but seriously. Why am I feeling this way? Because he's fine as fuck. And he's got the voice of Sebastian from Black Butler, and that's what I hear in my mind when I see him. Especially when he's doing things like that, you're like, oh, yeah, I can I can work with it. I don't know what he actually sounds like in the game, because you know voice actors, like, they sound nothing like Undertaker, Van Helsing. Sound nothing alike. Same fucking guy. Like, anyway, Van Helsing hasn't been in much lately. We had it like a spout where he was like in everything, and now it's like, now Finnis is in everything. It's just, we go through rotations. Anyway. Well, no matter what the Shinsengumi plots behind my back, I have friends on my side. There's no need for you to worry about me, so fear not. I see. His words were very comforting. I suppose it's strange that I worry about his safety when it's the Shinsengumi with whom I live. Nonetheless, I don't want people whom I care about fighting with one another. You've met him several times, but you care about him already. Oh, Spacey, you naughty girl. Sakamoto perked up as if he had more to say. Oh, yeah, I'll be leaving for Nagasaki soon. The Count Katsu requires of me. To Nagasaki? Yes, meaning I may not see you again for a while. Pretty sad. But if I get another chance to visit Kyoto, I'll come back to you. Dude, oh my god, that's so romantic. I'll come back to you. Okay. Seriously, really? I'll look forward to that then. Oh my god. He is overly romantic. What's wrong with him? That's what I want to know. What's wrong with him? Like, is it just me? He's overly romantic. He's like, I'll come back for you. Really? Aw, the sweetness of your joy makes it all the harder to leave you for Nagasaki. And he's like, you've met me 3 times now. Shit, dude. Can you not just get any woman you want? You are fucking beautiful. Jesus. Anyway. What? No, you have to go. It's an important job, right? Well, of course, but... Oh my god, he's overly romantic. Jesus! I can't handle this, I'm sweating! Well, of course, but... If you ask me to pick between you and my duties, I'm starting to lean towards picking you. He possessed so much charm, and I never expected it, so I was lost for words. Me too, girl. He's just playing with me, right? I mean, Sakamoto was probably just joking around. I mean, seriously, you're like, what, maybe 15 at this point? Jeez. Dude! Again, no, I know, in the past, like, fucking girls were getting married, and she's like an old maid at this point. I don't know what is her problem, but... Afterwards, I saw Sakamoto off, along with the rest of the warriors. Well, until next time, make sure that the next time you invite me over fair and square. No more tricks. Hichikata still seemed to be seething in response to Sakamoto's little jabs. Yeah, and you're over here like, you're got some other kind of like flames going on. Like he's angry flames and you're like passionate, heated ones. Anyway, Sakamoto! Shintaro Nakaoka, whom I met with Sakamoto, ran up to him. Nakaoka, Sakamoto, there's too many K's in there. Like, oh, hey, Nakaoka, what's up? Don't you what's up me? Tosei from the Terada Inn told me you'd gone over to the Shinsegumi's base, so I came running over. Oh, Tosei, landlady of the Fushima Terada Inn, of which Sakamoto is a regular visitor. Sounds slutty, but it's not. Tosei. The hell were you thinking? You could have died there. Someone of your stature can't just be careless. Well, I survived, didn't I? Everything turned out fine in the end. Hijikata watched their interaction, showing an obvious wariness as he approached them. Hey, are you an acquaintance of Sakamoto's? Nakaoka ignored his question, opting to simply glare at Hijikata intensely instead. Oh! Pretty boy glaring match. This is intense, but it looks like they're glaring at me, and it's a little disturbing. But it's like, you're like, oh hi. This is an angry man sandwich. Like, Hijikata didn't seem fazed. Today you had luck on your side, but the next time I see you, I will kill you without giving it a second thought. Hey, don't touch my man! What did you say? Their shared enmity created an immutable tension amongst everyone watching. Then Nakoka glanced to me. You were from the Shinsengumi, huh? Aren't you just a piece of work? So were you just approaching Sakamoto to monitor everything we do? Well, no. I couldn't think of an answer, but Sakamoto came to my stead. She's my lover, and I will marry her. Wait, what? Drop it, Nakoka. Let's go home. But I'm not some chump that can be tricked by a little girl. You know that. A little girl? Hey! You were seriously just all up in my shit. Now I'm a little girl? Man, I feel so insulted. What the fuck is this? Why does it look like a squirrel dog on the roof? Like, do you see it? It's like, this is a leg, and this is a foreleg, and this is like a tail back here. Like, it looks like a fucking squirrel dog on the roof. I don't understand that. Anyway. He then took Nakoka by the arm, and the pair swiftly walked off. I locked eyes with Sakamoto on his way out. I'd be kind of pissed about that. I'd be like, yeah, I don't think I trust you anymore. I'm gonna go marry Hijikata instead. His eyes were the same as when I met him, full of glee, cunning, and they shined like he was a young child, ambitious and carefree. I felt relief at this. Once they were out of sight, Hijikata irately began to spout his frustrations. Damn him! Everything he does gets on my nerves. Rub some salt in the wound, why don't you? I feel so bad that we're gonna forsake the Shinsengumi and Hijikata for Ryoba. I really do. Like, am I like the only one? Like, and then we're gonna go down Kazama's path. And I'm gonna feel the same way. It's okay. We'll be able to redeem ourselves when we come back and do Hijikata's path. But still, it's like, oh, this kills me. After finishing his tirade, Hijikata stormed back into the compound. I gave a cool sigh and I slowly recalled what Sakamoto said to me in my head. He claimed to be an enemy of the Shinsengumi. Every time we meet, it feels like he shows another side of himself, but I don't know what to believe. He's like a 20-sided die. But what's going to happen? Would he really become an enemy of the Shinsengumi? I hoped to myself that we never stood before Sakamoto as his enemy. I could only hope, after all, as I slowly made my way back to the compounds. I could only hope, after all. On this day, I was accompanying men on their rounds to search for my father. Oh, hey, look at that. It's actually a new chapter. It'd been a while. I mean, a new thing that we haven't read. Between the Shinsengumi being tasked with guarding Nijo Castle and Sakamoto's arrival, so many hectic things were happening. However, we finally had a reprieve from it all, giving us the opportunity to search for any clues leading me to my father and me into the world. Even though I should have been focused on looking for clues, my head was stuck on Sakamoto's words. Oh god, look at that goddamn face. No need to apologize. Ichikata's instincts weren't too far off. I am an enemy of the Shinsengumi. It was scary to think about how many people stand in opposition to the Shinsengumi. Although the men often keep stories of their daily hardships to themselves, it's clear that the constant toil of battle is wearing them down. Even during the Battle of the Ikeda Inn and at the Hamagori Rebellion, many men were injured, and they were faced with 3 deadly foes. Since fate brought us together, and now that I stay with the Shinsengumi men, I owe it to them to stay as much out of their way as I can. My mind wandered yet again, and I noticed that the troop was several steps ahead, and I needed to catch up in line with them. I tried running after them. Couldn't help thinking I was being watched, though, and so I instinctively turned around. So you've noticed me. Guess you're not as dumb as I thought, then. Oh, it's Kazama. Okay, never mind. Whatever. Anyway, seemingly out of nowhere, a man stood behind me and stared down at me intently. His cool gaze froze me, and while cowering, I stitched together my memories, trying to recall where I'd heard his name or seen his profile. His name is Chikage Kazama. He's said to be affiliated with both Satsuma and the Choshu, and he was the Shinsengumi's enemy at Ikeda and the Hamagori Rebellion. He was accompanied by 2 other figures. Because we didn't go to the castle, he's never had a chance. We haven't met him yet. Oh. It was Kyoju Hamagiri and Kyo Shiranui, his usual band of cronies who stood proudly behind him. What are they doing here? I have to call the men of the Shinsengumi. However, Kazama's intense glare made it difficult to speak, let alone scream for help. I felt as though I might crumble to my feet. Crumble to my feet? You're on your feet, though. Among the 3 stood the tallest man, Amagiri, who began speaking to me. We've come here with a certain purpose. We're looking for you, Spacey Yukamura. Huh? My heart dropped like a massive stone. Why do these men know my name? I don't understand what you guys are talking about. Are you playing some kind of joke on me? Without saying too much, your family name is a demon's, and you carry the demon of the East Kodachi. That's evidence enough. My family name? What was wrong with Yukimura? I didn't understand what he meant, and I felt beads of sweat dripping down my spine. Darkness itself was coming for me. Okay, wow, you're getting a little too overworked here. And then again, it isn't as though we need your permission to kidnap you. Female demons are rare. Now come with me. His hands stretched out, pale and grasping like the tentacle of some hideous subterranean monster. Yeah, okay. No! I won't go with you! The pit of my stomach sank, and all I could muster was a pathetic attempt at rejecting him. Kazama appeared to hesitate for a moment, but the moment soon passed, and he aggressively reached for me once more. No! Don't! I won't go anywhere! I hope I didn't scream that too loud, and my neighbors think someone's attacking me. Anyway, in that instant, Kazama's hand was blocked by Shiranoi's hand. Hold on there, buddy. The princess says she wants to stay. Kazama! Oh, that's Kazama. You stop it there. Just like Shiranui, Amagiri had also reached his hand out to grab Kazama's by the arm. This is interesting. So when he was going to kidnap us before, they have no problem with it, but now they have a problem with him kidnapping us? The interruption of their parries greatly annoyed Kazama, whose seething contempt was palpable. He sighed, withdrawing his hand to his side. I will return for you. Soon. What? Then he and the rest of his followers vanished back into the crawling masses. Like ghosts, they disappeared in an instant, almost as if they melted into nothingness. Come for me? But why would they come for me? Why are those people after me? I frantically searched for them amongst the crowds, but they were nowhere to be seen. It was almost as if I imagined them next to me. Now they were gone, at least physically, as I felt haunted by their brief appearance. Was this a dream? An illusion? It couldn't be. My hands still trembled. Before I knew it, dusk settled in the amber sky. I peeked into the streets and its crevices, engulfed in fear amidst the creeping darkness. Something the matter? Harada's voice snagged my cautious ear, and I was snapped back to reality. Oh, nothing. Tell him. Be like, no, those weird guys from Ikeda Inn just threatened to kidnap me, and that was really weird. Are you sure? If you say so. Harada returned to look for me and was concerned that I became separated from the troop. Sorry, I found a man that looked like my father. I instinctively gave him a white lie. Maybe it was because I didn't want him to worry about me any more than he already did, since the men should focus on any troubles they find. Harada chuckled unsettlingly, and he reminded me not to stray too far away from the lines. Far away from the lines. I bowed out of apology and ran after him. Watching the night descend into the patches of darkness atop buildings left me thinking, was the encounter I had with those three men something that actually occurred? One thing, however, was for certain. They were after me. Fearful thoughts kept trickling in my head, and I ran after Harada, scared of what's to come. Here's the thing. Was that encounter I had in my imagination? Well, one thing's for certain, they're after me. Well, no, if that was in your imagination, then they're not after you, because you imagined it, right? Hello? Okay, now we're skipping. Ugh! Seriously! Oh, you came to talk to me? That's so great. Are you gonna, murder me someday? Seriously. We are supposed to now take care of it. Don't worry, it's my own business. It's not your business, Yamazaki. But your path was great. We do like you. You're my pal. And we're sad that you die all the time. Oh, how dare I have to clean up rat? Oh! Takeda. It's not your business, Spacey. Oh! And here's Bitchy McBitchface. I shouldn't say that. My father. The demons is probably going to be when we go down Kazama's route, I would guess. I'm curious about the demons. I'm worried about them. Let me go check on them. 1866. Okay. February 1866. As January ended, so did the freezing nights and mornings covered in sheets of snow. Do you want to build a snowman? I miss playing in the snow with Saito. We built snow bunnies and had so much fun, and I can't rhyme right now, so I don't know why I'm trying. Anyway. As a usual part of my daily routine, I was doing my sweeping and cleaning procedures when sweeping up the dirt. Good for you. Because we're outside. It's not even, I mean, I get it. We're probably supposed to be like on the porch or something over there, but it's like we're just standing outside. Like, yo, Spacey, you're in the middle of cleaning? Man, it's pretty cold out. Thanks for doing that. You could probably half-ass it, you know. It's all right. The weather's been warming up lately. Are you guys back from your rounds? Yeah. We heard a rumor in the city, though. A rumor? I asked him to clarify, but Heisuke and Nagakura just looked at each other awkwardly. They're acting weird. I wonder what's going on. Maybe it was a tough subject to discuss in front of me, but Nagakura cleared his throat and spoke. Really? We heard a rumor. Sakamoto's back. She's like, what? Did you get as excited as I did? I was like, they're like, we heard a rumor, and I was like, Sakamoto's back, and that's the only reason we'd be talking to you too, because we're in his path, right? But it's still like, when I read that, I was still like, my heart skips a beat. Not really, but I got a little excited. Like, yay, wait a minute, is he not going to come for us? I'm so anxious. You see, supposedly Ryoma Sakamoto's in Kyoto. Sakamoto? I thought he was currently in Satsuma under the orders of Count Kasu. Allegedly, he was using ships to move things between the domains and purchase arms from foreign countries. We also hear he's been in contact with the Satsuma Choshu often, too. Kind of suspicious, don't you think? What? No. The Satsuma was one thing, but the Choshu were an enemy of the court, meaning not only were they enemies of the Shinsengumi, but also the Emperor. Count Kasu, with whom Sakamoto is close, is supposedly a leader of the shogunate. So why would Sakamoto be associated with the Satsuma and the Choshu then? Well, I know he's your friend, and I don't really want to talk crap about him, but this Sakamoto guy seems to have his hands in the pockets of a lot of different people. It's hard to know what side he's on. He can't be trusted. I mean, here's the smart thing, right? It's shady, but it's smart. Like, oh, there's a war coming. I've got my hands in both pockets, and pockets on all sides, because you're like, no, like nobody knows where your loyalties lie, and you can change them at fucking will like underpants. It's shady as fuck. And it's like totally self-serving. Like, you know what I mean? There's like nothing noble about that, but it's kind of smart if you think about it. Like, could also be kind of stupid depending on what side, because you know what, if you know what I mean? But you're like kind of down to the wire and like, no, it's totally on your side the whole time, right? We're pals. Yep. Even though it's also on everybody's side. You're like on nobody's side, basically. You're on the side of yourself. Like you're on your side, your own side. I am just going to sit here and be on everybody's side so that whoever wins, I'm technically right. Like, it's shady and it's sketchy, but there's an intelligence behind it. Like, you're like, well, I mean, and plus you got to be able to, if you're playing all sides, like, you got to be smart enough to like hold down all those lies and things. Like, I don't know. Well, it's a little easy to tell. I think whoever makes him the richest determines what side he's on. I mean, also smart. Money talks. I think the two, or actually most of the other warriors, don't seem to think too highly of Sakamoto. I mean, he is a little sketchy, but he's goddamn beautiful, so we don't care? Like, I guess. Of course, it's not like I can blame them, but it didn't make sense to me, though, that Sakamoto is as bad of a person as everyone seems to think. I'm curious why. When they decided to give us other paths, like, okay, we're cutting down the game in half, so let's give you more guys to romance. I understand Iba, because he's kind of like friends with Hijikata, and he's not really Shinsengumi, but he's like, but you know what I mean? I kind of understand him. And I understand Soma, but I really fucking don't understand Ryoma's route. Like, why were they like, let's throw in a bad guy? I guess because if you think about it, it was like, well, we have one bad guy, you can go with the demons, but we don't really have another bad guy that's technically, because like the demons are kind of on their own side, right? They're like, yeah, we're aligned with the Satsuma Choju, but not really. Not really at all. We're just stirring the pot. Like, right? They're not really on anybody's side. They're on their own fucking side because they're demons. You know, I don't give a fuck about human shit. But Ryoma's technically on the wrong side, right? But it's interesting that they decided to do that because you really couldn't have had her fall for another demon, right? You couldn't be like, oh, I'm going to fall for eyebrows or fucking like Shooty McBangbangs. Like, whatever the fuck his name is. Shiranui, right? We couldn't fall for him because that wouldn't be allowed. Kazama, like, in the demon, like, it's Kazama. That's it. You do not get a choice, bitch. He is your man, whether you like it or not. Because, like, rank and you're a rare female demon, so they don't get to... Aw, they're all pent up and they get nothing. Or we're awesome, and if we were in a demon clan, we'd be like, I have a man harem now because I'm a rare female demon. Woohoo! That's what we need. So we need, like... Now we need a Tomei game about being a rare female demon where we can have a man harem. Awesome! And we can just, like, romance all of them at a time. Like, who are you taking to bed tonight? That sounds like a game I don't think I'd be able to play because I would literally be like, awkward! Oh, this is so awkward to read. The romancy scenes in these are awkward to read. Like, Spacey, I love you. Oh, God, that's so fucking weird. So, like, I could not actually play, like, a fucking, like, romancy game where there was a legit man harem. It would be like, I can't do this. Like, anyway. It didn't make sense to me, though, that Sakamoto is as bad of a person as everyone seems to think. You only think he's a good person because he's pretty and he's totally into you. And, I mean, I can't blame you because I'm down with it too, right? Like, we're all over here, like, making bad decisions. We're all like, yes, make that bad decision. Just then.
Oh, Yukimura, there you are. Can you come with me?
You know, wait, what's going on? Oh my God, he hurt my voice.
Sakamoto's location has been identified.
Sakamoto's? All right, I'll come with you immediately. Why do I need to go? Don't fuck my man up. Anyway, it led me to the common room, and it looked like all of the other captains had already gathered. Pardon us for interrupting you in the middle of your work. Please sit down here. I nodded and sat where Kondo was pointing me. So, what's going on? Word's out that Sakamoto's been found. Yeah, he's supposedly back in Kyoto. Well, not just him, but he's been seen with both Sasuma and Choshu helmsmen as well. So amongst the opposition domain, he's gone with the Sasuma, or the most powerful, some of the Choshu causing all the trouble. There's no doubt in my mind that this guy's up to no good. Well, either way, there's no way in hell we'll let him do as he pleases on our turf. Let's round up and show him who we are. We can't. The Aizo told us not to touch Sakamoto. We mustn't ignore our superiors and act rashly. But then you wonder, well, he says he is an enemy of the Shinsengumi, right? But you wonder, well, they're not to touch him. Is he playing the other side because those are his orders? Remember? Like, Saito went off with Ito because he was told, we need you to be a spy, go off with him, right? So we don't know that that's not the case. I still think he's shady and just playing all sides because, you know, whoever wins, he's like, I was on your side the whole time. Like, smart and shady. But you never know. Maybe he's not. Even if we don't act, the Fushimi magistrate and Mima Waragumi are already on the move anyway. Mima Waragumi. Okay, that's hard. Damn. Fucking make that word any longer. What the hell? So you want us to just sit on our asses and let them steal all the glory? I assume they don't know that Sakamoto is Yamaguchi and, Shungaku? Mutsudaira? Katsu's backing. Hold on. Shungaku Masudaira. 16th generation feudal lord of Echizen? Fukuin domain. I can't fucking, like, Fuku is the closest. Fukuin domain. His wisdom granted him the distinction of being one of the 4 Bakamatsu wise lords. There's a lot of Japanese in that. Holy shit! I need to drink because holy crap. Anyway, if we start interfering with Sakamoto, the relations between the Tosa and Aizu come to a head. And be a real bitch. Hijikata. God, I know we say this often, but I fucking love him. God, I do. That'd be a real bitch. 100% accurate to the time period. Like, I'm sure the Aizu have no intention of letting that happen at any cost. At any cost. Hijikata's warnings reminded me of the Akebono Te incident from 2 years ago. Akebonote. Something like that. Holy shit. I have to like pause and say that incident from 2 years ago. Back then, it caused a huge disruption between the Aizu and Tosa. Both domains had made their warriors commit seppuku to resolve the tensions. As for the Shinsengumi, I was sure that they wanted to avoid something like that happening to them too. So, what we need to do for now is guard Sakamoto before anyone else can get to him. That way we can have Sakamoto feel like he owes us, and we save face with the Aizu. Best scenario for us is if we can extract some information from Sakamoto on what the Satsuma and Choshu are planning in exchange for protection. Huh, see, doesn't sound too crazy. Sheesh, you're a real snake sometimes, Hijikata. But damn if you don't get stuff done. Oh, Okita, hi, you're adorable, I miss you. Hijikata seemed unfazed by Okita's snide comment, and he turned to face me rather than reply to Okita. Yukimura, you're going to help. Me? That's right. I have a feeling Sakamoto won't hear us out no matter what we say, but he might give you a chance if it comes from you. Understood. I wasn't sure of the exact reasons that brought Sakamoto back to Kyoto, but it's crucial that we don't let the Fushimi magistrate or the Mimowaragumi get to him. Mimowaragumi is really fucking Mimowaragumi. Once you say it a couple times, it's like Mimowaragumi. It's fucking fine. But the first time you see it, you're like, fuck. Like, even I knew that would be trouble. It wasn't as if we were the best of friends or something. But I remember the carefreeness of his words and dreams when talking about sailing the seas around the world on his black ship. From this, I knew that Sakamoto is not a man who deserves to be captured and tortured. I know he doesn't deserve to be captured and tortured because he talks happily about sailing ships. Yeah, so do pirates, but, I'm just saying. Right now? Right, alright, now that that's settled, I'm gonna head over to Aizu officials and brief them on our plans. Officials, the coordinator positioned for duties performed outside of the domain. Sure. First, we need to assign everyone to their stations for the upcoming missions. It's not like we can leave the compounds empty either. I'm gonna go with Kondo. Hey, you don't get to pick where you want to go. Besides, these rough and tumbles are more your style anyway. Okay, but I hate that Sakamoto chump. And he knows I hate him too. So we'll say shit to make me hate him even more than I already did. I fucking love Okita. So why should I risk my neck to do him a favor? Look, I don't want to help him out either, but it's for the greater good. Alright, I'll take Soji with me. Ugh, go so easy on him. He's also dying. Like, Harada and Shimada, I want the two of you to stay behind at the compounds. If word catches on that all of us are gone, then it'll look suspicious to some out there. Right, got it. Everyone, please be careful. After I was done preparing, I left the compounds alongside Hijikata, Saito, Nagakura, and Heisuke. Can I be dressed like a girl? Yamazaki was supposedly going ahead of our group to meet us at the Terada Inn. Are you okay, Yukimura? You seem to be out of breath. I'm fine. This is not... We don't have a moment to spare right now. Literally, Sakamoto's life is on the line. It's just up ahead, so hang in there. Oh, this will be a waste if the magistrate or Mimowaragumi get to him first. Mimowaragumi. Fucking stop saying that shit, guys. Call it memes. Yes, I understand. Shortly after, we had arrived at the Terada Inn, located in the center of Fushimi. So is this... No, so Saito's still with us. Because it's after we moved to the other compound, right? And after Saito and Heisuke leave and go with Ito, and then we murder Ito and all that shit happens and Saito comes back and then Saito's like off doing something else. That's when the shit goes down because we go with Hijikata at one point where we go because that's when Sakamoto died, was Ryoma was killed. Like they always talk about him being killed, blah, blah, blah. But there is a point, or maybe it's right before that, right before we do the Ito thing. But there's a point where we go with Hijikata because we went in somebody's path. I don't remember whose. But we went with him, and it was like, no, why are we going with fucking Hijikata? No, I don't, because we're going to do that in his path. But we go with him to prevent Ryoma and, I guess, his friend from being murdered. But they've already been murdered. And we're like, fuck, we're too late. And we're like, what the hell? But it's not this part. This is too early. Anyway, shortly after we had arrived at the Terada Inn, located in the center of Fushimi, Yamazaki, who had been hiding in the shadows of the building, came to approach us. I've been waiting for you all. Hey, so what's the status of the Fushimi magistrate and Mimawara-gumi here? Not yet, but it's just a matter of time, I'm sure. I see. Their voice sounds similar now that I'm trying to... Anyway, Hichikata's expression softened out of relief. Then immediately... Saito, come with me. We'll wait for the magistrate and Mimawara-gumi and stall them. Understood. Bye. Shinpachi, Heisuke, and Yukimura. While we stall them, you guys are going to do whatever it takes to get Sakamoto out of here. Right on! Leave it to us! I'm counting on you guys. Later. Peace. Hijikata out! I'm just waiting for them to say shit like this because, you know, fucking Sakamoto. Laters! Laters? Did he actually say that or was that a typo? Like, I mean, he said it. I mean, it was typed, but I mean, like, was it an accident? Or they were like, laters! Tim was getting a little valley girl there. Anyway, Hijikata took Saito with him and disappeared into the night. Alright, let's get this over with. Hold on a minute. What's the matter? Yamazaki whispered into our ears. There's someone watching us from the shadows. I'm assuming they're from the Mimawara-gumi. What? As we peered into the darkness, all of us caught a glimpse of movement like a haze in the shadows. It looked like a spy watching the Terada Inn. What do we do? We're going to the front. It'll be a problem for us later, right? Shin and I'll take care of the lookout. Spacey, you and Yamazaki go in from the back and get Sakamoto. But will you be all right? Yeah, we'll be we'll be fine. Contrary to my looks, I've survived this kind of stuff more than I can count. All right, we'll get to it then. The two nodded at one another, put their arms around one another, and staggered with flailing limbs toward the front of the Terada Inn. Yeah. Aight! We're gonna hit the next bar. We're getting wasted tonight. Whoa, you better honor those words. I won't lose a drinking battle. Psh! Look at that big talker over here. Why don't you prove it yourself, huh? Hey, wait a minute. Why are you drawing your sword? I thought this battle was just seeing who could drink the most. Well, it's a little sword fight between friends. Nothing too different between a sword fight and drinking challenge. What? You're gonna fight me? Then I'll fight you. The two, in their drunken charade, began arguing in the street, and the lookout spoke up. Hey, what are you guys doing in front of the inn? You're being a real nuisance. Oh, new challenger. We'll take on anyone. No, wait, I have no intentions of fighting a drunk like you. As we watched the lookout deal with their performance, Yamazaki whispered to me, Yukimura, now's our chance. Yep, let's go. We tiptoed and rushed to the back of the shop. Once we'd reached the back, we looked up at the window on the second floor. There's a light coming from the window up there. I think that's where Sakamoto is. I hope we can find a way up there somehow. Come on, you're like a fucking ninja. Like, legit. You should be able to, like, fucking Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon up there. Like, I don't know. I never actually saw that movie, but I know there's like lots of weird flying, right? Can't you fly? Come on. Like, what? Ninjas can fly, right? Shouldn't you be able to just like run, jump on the fence, and like leap up there? I mean, what the fuck? Yamazaki is like, dude, I'm like really good at hiding, but not the jumping so much. So, you wait here. I'll go scope things out. Cut it. Please be careful, Yamazaki. Seriously, don't die yet. You're gonna die later, but not right now. Yamazaki cautiously went inside to check the perimeter, but as soon as he tried to go inside, there was a voice from behind me. Hey, someone there? Squeal! No. Cocksucker! We use motherfucker a lot, so I froze. Before I could take any action, Yamazaki was on the move. Ugh. I'll draw him. You go on to Sakamoto. Yamazaki stood under the moonlight to draw attention to himself and then ran off. Wait! Where are you going? Get back here! Someone come! We have an intruder! The person who was watching over the back entrance ran towards Yamazaki. I couldn't see anyone else around the area, so I think I was in the clear as far as guards go. If there ever was a chance to sneak into the inn, now was the time. One of them returned here. No time to contemplate. Yamazaki became my decoy and left me to finish this. Failure is not an option, so I can't let his distraction be in vain. I took a big gulp, then I looked for an opening into which I could sneak. Oh. I strained my eyes and noticed that there was one window slightly ajar. It was a narrow window, but I think my body could fit in there. See, this is why you should dress kind of like a girl, because then people would see you and you'd be like, oh, yeah, I was sent from Shimabara, so I want to call for a hooker for the night. Like, you just pretend you're a prostitute. Do they not send male border prostitute? Like, no, just a carrier pigeon to get you? I'm just guessing. I took one last look over my shoulder, making sure no one was there, and I popped in. And then, did we fall into his arms? Here we go. My infiltration was successful, but the room was pitch black, so I couldn't even see 1 foot in any direction. However, I took time to allow my eyes to adjust in the darkness, and although the shapes were kind of vague, I gathered my sense of direction. It would have been funnier if we like fell right into his arms. Is this the bathroom? I lightly reached my arms out to feel for things around me, and I found the door and slid it open. I could, albeit faintly, make out the stairs. Luckily, I couldn't sense anyone around me. I held my breath and tiptoed up the stairs. It's just kind of stairs. And then... Hey. This looks way too much like rooms in our things. Like, actually, this actually looks like the room we killed Ito in. Or got him drunken. I slid the door open and walked in a room. Inside, I saw a man lying on his futon with his back facing towards me. There's no way I would mistake him. This man is... Sakamoto? The shadow got up and turned towards me. He's like... The hell? Could you have been undressed? Could we gotten a CG of like... Come on! Fan service me a little. Maybe we'll get them the next one. And then when that happens, I'm like, oh god, this is embarrassing. I can't watch this. I am all talk. Anyway. Spacey, the hell are you doing here? It's one of those rendezvous things. I don't mind my women bold, but have mercy and let a man prepare. Oh my god, I don't mind. It sure was Sakamoto, and in the moment I don't think I could have been any more relieved. I'll explain later. Please, you need to get out of here now. Huh? Me? Why leave? Who am I running from? Like, I like my women bold, but at least give a man time to prepare. Whoa, Jesus. I'm okay with this. Wait. Counts on fingers, looks at the sky, does some math and that. Yeah, we don't have time for that. We do not, unfortunately, have time for that, so you are gonna have to trust me, and shit, I should have gotten here an hour earlier. The Fushimi Magistrate and the Mimo Waragumi. I almost said it right, but I was like, and I stopped myself. Mimo Waragumi are out to get you. As soon as he heard those words, he dropped the charm and tightened his face. What did you say? No sooner than the words left his lips. Free, Sakamoto! This is official business. Armed officials goose-stepped up the stairs and barged into the room. Fuck. Judging from their attire, they must have been either the magistrate or the Mima Waragumi. Ugh, can't you see you're interrupting me and a lady? Not very polite to ruin the mood, eh? Shut up! You're one of those open country faction crooks trying to siphon Japan's wealth. Oh. Open Country Faction. People in support of having open borders in Japan for trade, travel, and assimilation. I mean, it's not a terrible thing. It could be. Not always. There's good and bad points to it. The officials pointed their swords towards Sakamoto. No idea why it's gotten you all worked up. If doing business with foreign countries makes our country wealthier, isn't that a good thing? Sakamoto! I was getting nervous seeing Sakamoto taunting the officials. Oh! He's a man with a gun. Which is, yes, because he's actually on the cover. It's actually funny, because on the cover is, of course, and that's also kind of what we're using as a thumbnail. But, like, it's Hijikata, and then it's Iba, Ryoma, and Soma. So it's like the 3 new guys added into the game, and Hijikata, like nobody else. Is weird, but he definitely has a gun. Anyway. Suddenly he whipped out a pistol from his sleeve. He whipped out his what? Oh, pistol. Okay. Spacey got inappropriate. And I'm not even drinking. And pointed towards the men with drawn swords. He grinned. No need to tell y'all what this is, right? Anybody makes a peep, I'll shoot. This distance, the sword is faster. Wanna try your luck, big boy? Wanna try your luck, big boy? That sounded way too sexy. You can't say big boy without it coming out like wildly inappropriate. Anyway. Gonna warn you though. One pop from this bad boy to the gut, and you're gonna be in a world of hurt. The West don't mess when it comes to guns. That's such an American saying. That is 100%. You're like, wow, you have met some Americans, haven't you? The West don't mess when it comes to guns. Pretty much true. Like, I'm gonna have to go with yes, but that is fucking hilarious. And that is such a saying that probably would not have been said in this time period, but for a second it looked like they were giving in. Sakamoto kept his pistol pointed at them and turned his head to whisper to me. Get inside that room and use the roof exit to tip out of here. No sudden movements, though. I was shaking but nodded. Sakamoto inhaled deeply, watching the men stand nervously in front of him, and squinted. Then suddenly, the gun went off and screams followed, and the Mimawara Gumi cowered. Then, he probably didn't shoot them. I took advantage of the fracas, and moved into the next room. Damn you, Sakamoto! Freeze! I heard another gunshot ringing from the room. I could hear the men shouting, followed by more gunshots, and the Sasumata for arrest. Sasumata. Arms used to arrest and restrain your intended target. The grip is long and the tip is split in 2. So, like, how you would, like, a little chain that you put around a dog when you're a dog catcher? Like, Sakamoto going to be okay? I was worried. This way. He grabbed my hand tightly and we jumped out of the window. We're going to pass this way? Can't be helped. This is our only choice. Blame those bozos back there if you want to complain. But... Damn it, Sakamoto! Where did he go? Hey, look! There's people on top of the roof! Don't tell me that's... Gah! There are voices coming from everywhere. How are we supposed to escape from here? If we jump from this height, there's no question we'll get hurt. I'll probably be fine, but Sakamoto is... I'm fine. No matter what happens, I'll protect you. Trust me. His voice was confident, and he's so goddamn pretty. I actually am starting to really, like, I don't care if he's shady. I feel bad when we're with our dudes, when we're with the Shinsengumi, and they're like, we don't trust him, blah, 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 blah. And I'm like, oh, but this makes me feel guilty that he's bad. But then when we're with him, I'm like, no, I totally take his route. Like, I'm totally okay with this. Spacey is such a sucker for a pretty face. Like, look at that. I'd be like, you know what? You could just tell me to go stab Hijikata and I probably couldn't do it, but I'd think about it. I don't know. I just love him. I do. He's such a shady bastard. Like, I don't know what to, like, he's so nice to us. But in the thing, it's like, you know what it is? I don't think I'd have a problem with anything about his, except for the Shinsengumi's like, we don't trust him. And I'm like, oh, but you guys are my friends and I love you. And now we're gonna, but then we get with him and we're like, fuck it. Whatever you say, Ryoma, whatever. This made me wonder, how can a man be so confident even at a time like this? Because he's fine as fuck and he's like, God will save me, I am gorgeous. Or whoever. I don't know. It was as if his body was invincible. Oh my god, do you think he's a demon too? Oh. Oh my god, that would be amazing! Listening to him speak confidently made me feel safe, and that if I stayed with him, nothing would happen to us no matter what. That would be fucking great. That would be fucking great if he was also a demon. Oh my god, in your face, Kazama. Got it. I'll go. Just then. Give it up, Sakamoto. Putting up a fight won't get you anywhere. Ugh, can't you give it a rest? A beautiful woman hunting after me is one thing, but it's a real sight for sore eyes when it's a man doing it. I saw that Sakamoto was giving me a window to duck down as he distracted the officials. Just then, Yukamura, this way. I heard Yamazaki from under the roof. Yamazaki! I felt so relieved to hear a familiar voice, and with his help, we were able to get down. Like, you just slide down the roof and then it's not that steep. It'll be fine. I'll take care of them. Take Sakamoto and get away from here. If you take the back alleys that way, you should be able to get out without getting caught. Thank you so much, Yamazaki. Let's go, Sakamoto. Just a little bit more. I looked behind me. Sakamoto looked like he was in pain. Sakamoto, what's the matter? Oh, nothing. Let's skedaddle before they catch up. He got hurt, but he's going to be perfectly fine. I swear to God, if he's a demon, I'm going to be so fucking ecstatic. It's going to be fucking amazing. Oh my God. Sakamoto and I rushed through the dimly lit back alleys, but as we were leaving the Torada, I could hear his footsteps becoming heavier with each step. Could this be... Sakamoto, are you hurt? Save the talk. We gotta get out of here as soon as possible. He was right. Although we'd narrowly dodged what could have been a serious situation, we weren't 100% safe. I put my arm around Sakamoto's shoulder to help. Where should we run to? The Fushimi Mansion, owned by the Satsuma. Shogunate won't follow us there. Fushimi Mansion? Satsuma Domain's main base of operations in Fushimi. All right. For now, I must focus on getting Sakamoto to a safe place. I prayed we wouldn't bump into any magistrate or Mimawara Gumi people, and I continued to carefully walk along the alleyway. This place looks pretty fucking... Oh, we were passing a wooden shack when... Ugh. Sakamoto coughed out of pain, and he fell to his knees. Okay, he's definitely not a demon because he would have healed. Sakamoto, hang in there. So, you were injured? Despite grimacing in pain, he forced a half smile. Didn't ever want a woman looking at me in this state, but I'm really pushing it. Doesn't look like I can walk much further. No! His face grew paler, covered in cold sweat. Oh my God, he can't, like, and then he dies, and you're like, no, chapter 5 exists, so he's not gonna die, but like, what the fuck? You can't, don't freak me out, game. At this rate, you too will be captured. I'll duck out in that shack and get out of view, so you can continue running. Get him off the scent. Sakamoto held a hand over his torso to cover the wound and attempted limping to the shack. I rushed to stop him. Wait! What are you going to do if they find you hiding here? If that happens, that could be the last time I ever see him. If they were to capture him, I don't think I could ever forgive myself. I'll be fine. I'm pretty lucky. Besides, big things are written in the stars for me. A leading man doesn't die like this. You know what's really funny, though? Him saying that, like, big things are written in the stars for me. And you're like, you know, in every other path, you have fucking been murdered. You know, and I'm thinking this in my head as I'm reading that. Like, I'm pretty lucky. Big things are written in the stars for me. You die in every fucking path. Like, you're straight up fucking murdered. And then he's like, a leading man doesn't die like this. And it's like, well, that's funny. That's like the game being funny. Like, because in this instance, he's not going to die because he is the leading man. So he's not going to die. But it's almost like the game being like, look, a leading man's not going to die this time. A leading man doesn't die like this, but he dies in every other path. It's just fucking hilarious. Oh, I love it. It's good. Got some laughs out of that. That's even more reason to get your treatment. I'm a doctor's daughter. I can treat sword wounds. However, Sakamoto refused to accept. He simply smiled bitterly through the pain and stared into my eyes. There has to be a way both of us can make it. Please don't give up. We can push through. I couldn't shake the feeling of dread that was slowly building in my heart, so I grabbed his shoulders and tried to hold him back. Just then... Oh. 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 He suddenly wrapped me tightly with his arms. I felt something warm press against my forehead. It took me a moment to realize they were Sakamoto's lips. So adorable. Why was he doing this? More romance than any other path. First of all, he's been like up our fucking like, what? She's been like on top of us ever fucking since like we first met him. He's like, "Hi, you're beautiful." Oh my god, huh? So it's weird. But this is still more than we've gotten from anyone else, like ever. Wow. Why would Sakamoto do this to me? In the moment, all of these questions began to melt away. As he held me closely against his breast, my heart began to dance rapidly in my chest. I couldn't speak. Thoughts drifted away, and soon all I could feel were his soft, full lips tenderly resting against me. Eventually, he lifted his lips from my forehead and whispered gently against my ear. They say in the West that it's custom when a man and a woman part. That this is custom when a man and a woman part. Personally, I'd prefer your lips. But let's save it for when we meet next, eh? No! Game! He's not going to kiss us next time we meet. It's going to cockblock. Oh my god, you can't set me up like this. I stood in a daze, and Sakamoto's words seemed to swirl as they entered my ear. Just as I was staring into the twinkle of his moonlit eyes, he pushed me away and closed the door of the wooden shack. My senses returned, and I rushed to grab the door. Sakamoto, please! Open the door! I pounded the door over and over until my fist began to bleed. I tried opening the door with all my strength. I guess he got a stick with which to lock it. It was impossible to open. At this rate, he'll never make it. I should... You want to stay behind, but we're supposed to go call for help, so... I want to treat him immediately, but as long as Sakamoto has no plans of opening up the door, it'd be a waste of time for me to stay here. Sakamoto, I'll be right back. Hang on until then. I screamed this from the other side of the door, and I ran towards the center of Fushimi. The Fushimi Sasuma residence should be this building. Excuse me, is anyone here? I screamed out for someone, but the gate was closed shut, and it didn't look like anyone was coming out anytime soon. Please! If someone's in there, please come out! Please, someone might die! Someone, please! After I screamed a few more times, I saw someone approaching the gate. Thought I heard a girl's voice. So it's you. What do you want? Nakoka! He glared at me suspiciously, and his fierceness intimidated me. But I needed to tell him. Sakamoto was hurt. The magistrate and the Mimawara Gumi were about to capture him. Please save him! What? Where's Sakamoto? Show me the way. It's this way. Nakaoka followed me back to the shack, but then Sakamoto opened the door without hesitation this time. Nakaoka, you've come. I was preparing to say later this time. What are you talking about? Can't afford to lose you just yet. After they briefly spoke, Nakaoka looked towards me with a gruff expression. I just followed that girl. Go thank her. Oh no, Just as I was about to say it wasn't me he should thank, Sakamoto simply smiled to me. Because we saved his wife. Thanks, Spacey. Because of you, I just might make it. Sakamoto's words of gratitude made me blush. I hid my face. Please be sure to treat yourself. If your wound becomes infected, it'll cost you your life. Don't worry about him. No matter how much he cries, I'll get him treated. Is he gonna cry? Is he a big bad girl? He's a big baby. Jeez, what a scary thought. Should have left me to die. Sakamoto was in a joking mood, but Nakaoka turned around to face me with a menacing look. If people catch a sight of us together, it won't end well for you. Time to say our goodbyes. Okay, please take care of Sakamoto. I know. Come on, Sakamoto. Grab my shoulders. I want to thank you for saving Sakamoto. So, thanks. No problem. Well, later, Spacey. Next time we have a rendezvous, how about a place where no one can get in the way, eh? What are you saying? Sakamoto chuckled in response, and then he motioned to Nakaoka to help him walk off. Then they disappeared into the darkness. Even after I couldn't make them out in the distance, I wasn't able to bring myself to leave, so I just stood there, soaking in all that had just transpired. It's cold. I shivered there alone in the chilly night air. Yukamura, there you are. Oh, Yamazaki! And everyone else, too. It appears as though you've emerged unharmed. I do not see Sakamoto nearby, however. Something happened to him. His friend came to pick him up, and he's now safe in the Sasuma residence. Oh, what? There goes any credit going to us. Well, things didn't quite go to plan. We didn't do anything to upset the Aizu or the Count. So all in all, good work. Yukamura, you did your part well. Oh no, please. I wouldn't have been able to do this by myself. Yep, she makes a good point. I mean, did you see my wonderful performance that captivated the lookout's attention? Wonderful performance, my ass. You were just being the same drunk buffoon as you were when we got wasted in Shibabara. Okay, men. Let's round up and head back now. Doesn't need to be said. But keep shut about tonight, got it? Yeah, we know. Maybe it was because everyone was able to get involved, but everyone was so upbeat. Sakamoto's controversial position with the Shinsengumi, and how everyone wanted a piece of him, it was difficult to think about how to feel. But even then, the warmth from the touch of Sakamoto's lips on my forehead still lingered, trickling down my face. Yeah. Ugh! And they say in the West that this is a custom when a man and a woman part. Personally, I'd prefer your lips, but let's save it for when we meet next, eh? Why did Sakamoto do that? Was it so he could push me away? Was that all? Oh, girl. Hey, Spacey! What's the matter? You're spacing out! Yeah, it's my name. Huh? Oh, yeah. Sorry, it's nothing. What does it mean when a guy kisses you on the forehead and said he'd rather kiss your lips? Think it means he wants you. Heisuke's like, dude, what happened in the barn? What happens in the barn stays in the barn, guys. Are you sure? Don't tell me. It has something to do with Sakamoto. What's with the funny face? You're blushing. Wait, did he? No, nothing happened. You should watch out. There are a bunch of imperialists who have been known to use women as messengers to extract or move information. Really? Then maybe what happened earlier was just to lower my guard and use me to get information on the Shinsengumi. At least Sakamoto would know, but my heart sank just thinking about such a thing. I watched above as the moon was veiled behind a gray patch of clouds, shining in sconces. Yeah, and he's goddamn gorgeous, so it's not like he's a creepy, unattractive dude who's, like, just really nice. He's, like, really fucking fine, so, yeah. You'd be like, well, whatever, I'll tell you anything you want to know. You're not really oh, shit, I'm stupid. Trust me, we'd all go stupid for that pretty face. A month had passed, and the winds brought with them the scents and sights of a new spring. Oh, no. I was cleaning the compounds as usual when... Oh, nope, I lied. Rewind, we're over time. Okay, anyway, so we're going to wrap this part up here, and when we come back, we'll continue reading. So I will see you guys next time. Remember to give the video a big thumbs up and subscribe to see more.